What's going on, everyone? Saintsfan here, and welcome back to another episode of Monday Mailbox, where you guys get to send me questions and I give you guys my answers. And as usual, if you do want to ask a question, just go on Twitter and use the hashtag AskSaints. Hopping into this, a lot of these questions are sort of DLC or this next DLC related. So the first one from Gilly, DLC tomorrow, yes or no? Obviously, Rockstar have not said anything official. What a lot of people are thinking is that they're going to do the same thing like they did with the January DLC, where they literally just drop it and it's there. Although this time we at least know a little bit about it because of some people like Yan and Fun MW2. The interesting part, though, is that earlier this morning, the Steam database, which I've showed you guys in the past, the QA Beta 2, which is a part of that, was actually updated earlier this morning. And that always happens right before the release of a new GT Online update. So at the moment, there are two possibilities. One, like I said, it drops tomorrow, sort of unexpected just because they haven't announced a newswire, or tomorrow they do release the newswire that actually tells us what the DLC is going to be, and then next week, next Tuesday, or even like maybe this Thursday, it actually drops. But whenever it does come out, it is really close, so I hope you guys are ready. Next question is, again, about that. What time, or from Jason, what time do you think the update's going to be dropped? So if it does come out today, or even if it comes out Thursday, really no matter when it does come out, updates are normally dropped super early in the morning. I think it's 10, like UK time, 5 Eastern, and then 4 Central time, which would be 2 Pacific. That's usually a good estimate. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's a bit later. But if you were wondering if you want to be up right when it happens, if you want to potentially stay up, or if you want to get up, say you're going to school tomorrow or whatever, you want to get up a few hours early just to see if it comes out, maybe you can play some before you head to school or work, then that is the time period to set your alarm for. Also, by the way, I'm going to be staying up all night, so if it does come out, I will definitely be streaming tomorrow and spending all kinds of money on the new stuff. Speaking of the new stuff, Jesse, what are you looking forward to, or what most are you looking forward to from, I guess, what we already know? So out of it all, the guns, the animations, the cars, there's even going to be new adversary modes apparently. I mean, obviously the cars, the guns I don't really care about. New adversary modes, don't care about. New new actions, that's something little. But it's going to be interesting to see. And then honestly, the new cars, I'm not that excited for. I'm just like keeping my hopes down. I don't want to get too excited and be let down, you know, when the DLC does come out. But the addition of donks, I don't know if they're actually going to be coming in, but that's going to be pretty interesting to see just how they implement that. Just because they are so different from every other customization we have in the game. So if I had to pick something, I think it would be that as what I'm most anticipated for. Next one from Broclaw. Apart from the Rat Loader, the Slam Van, and the Tornado, which other 3 vehicles do you think are coming tomorrow with the update? So yeah, we know the Rat Loader, we know the Saber Turbo. The Tornado was hinted at by Rockstar. They actually accidentally put it in their newswire for Lowriders 1, and then they removed it. I think Fun had found some stuff about the Tornado, so that's kind of confirmed. Another car that sort of fits this whole theme is the Saber Turbo. That's another car that you could probably have a ton of customization on. The minivan is actually, that was one of the rumored vehicles. I don't know. I mean, it would be fun or funny to have, but it would not be practical at all. Unless they made it super cheap, that's just going to be a waste. And then the Virgo, I think, is the last car that's like a part of that whole list, which I think would definitely be a great addition because, I mean, it is one of my favorite cars, like, out of that whole genre of cars. But yeah, I think those last 3 are going to be the other ones in addition to the 3 that we kind of already know about. Another question from Dr. Raccoon, what else do you think will come with this DLC? Because no one is going to leave the Division for cars. Here's the thing, so I wanted to bring this up because, one, I highly doubt that many people left GTA Online, or the people that are still playing, to go play the Division. The Division's kind of similar, but not really. Like, it's just a completely different type of game. They're both MMO aspects, or they both have MMO aspects in them, but it's not the same. You're not going to get the same gameplay out of either of them. So I don't really think you saying that no one's going to leave the Division to go back to GTA is that valid. I mean, yeah, there's a few people who left, but what do I think is going to come? Because I do agree with your point that if they just add cars, it would be really disappointing. At least with the Banshee and the Sultan, those are cars that people use a lot, especially in races. And considering like racing in the other categories is kind of broken. Nobody really races in the lowrider category or the muscle category unless you're a super hardcore racer. A lot of the really fun community-made races are made for sports and supercars. So at least with the January DLC, even though it was only 2 cars, those are cars that you can use a lot. These other ones, these ones that are coming out with this next DLC, yeah, it's going to be kind of disappointing if it's just those cars and like the actions and the guns, because they don't have as many uses for them. They fit like a little niche similar to the Lowriders cars. So what do I think could be an addition to make them more useful? Well, it honestly doesn't even seem like this is going to be a Lowriders DLC anymore. Like, these cars are honestly kind of like hot rod-ish. That's what it sort of feels like this theme is going to be instead of Lowriders. So maybe if they did something up in Sandy Shores, like give us some more stuff to do at the top of the map. Add some 10-car garages, add some houses up there, or more apartments or better apartments up there. If the hot rod theme is the case, then that whole like gang idea I had, that probably wouldn't fit. So I don't really have a free mode suggestion, but just something to I don't know, give us use for these cars. You guys let me know in the comments, like what would you add in this DLC besides just the cars? And then finally, the last question, the question of the day, and this is the one I want you guys to answer in the comment section. This is really interesting. It's not DLC related, but this morning Microsoft announced something huge that could potentially change the way we play GTA Online and future, Rockstar games. So the question is, what do you think about Microsoft announcing that crossplay between platforms will be available? My problem is the modders. So I'll get into the modders part in a second, but yes, this morning, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out, Microsoft did announce that they're going to allow cross-platform play. Now, Sony's going to have to agree to it, but at least, like if you're on PC, for some games you can be on an Xbox One and PC. If you guys don't know, Rocket League does this, and it's going to be the first game, I think, that does all 3 of them, if I read the article correctly. Like, Xbox people can play PS4, can play PC. And if you just take that for an example, would you guys actually like being able to play GTA Online with PS4 players if you're on Xbox One, or with Xbox One players if you're on PS4, or PC players if you're on the console? Now, like he said, and the only problem, and this is why I don't think it's ever going to happen to GTA Online now, is the modders on PC. Rockstar's just not going to allow it because they have no control over the modders, and if the modders can get in contact with the console players, then the console players can get tons of money really easily, and then their shark card sales go down. So that's literally the only issue. If they actually had sort of an anti-cheat system that worked properly, then we might actually have this possibility. But theoretically though, like, would you guys be interested in that? So let me know in the comments. That is it with this Q&A. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. Like I said at the beginning, if you want to ask me a question, just go on Twitter using the hashtag AskSaints. See you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.